All right, Sunday Night Fight fans, welcome back. Woo! What an exciting game. First game of this third quali tourney on Argenton's crossroads between Fir3ball and a newcomer, Bjarkey. My name is Yoink. Thanks for joining us, and we're joined by our special guest caster, Sungea, all the way from Paris, France. What do you think of that first game, Sungea? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I had a very good time. That was completely crazy. I didn't see anything coming. I mean, Bjarkey was just so great. He had the map, he had this 2 sniper, he even tech T4, and then just the artillery took everything down. Those shots were crazy.
Yeah, you know, it's very clear that Alliage just came out fighting. Bjarkey did too. By the way, my Norwegian-speaking wife says that the proper pronunciation of his name is Bjarkey. She says that written Danish and written Norwegian is very similar, but it's spoken a little bit differently. But Bjarkey would be the proper pronunciation of this guy's name. He certainly had a good showing, but unfortunately ended up being defeated in the end by Alliage's excellent micro and enormous artillery shots, as you said. So now they're going to go head-to-head again, same map, different factions this time. Fir3ball will play the Wehrmacht in the north, and Bjarkey will play the Americans in the south. Sungea, do you have a preference as guest caster of who you would like to follow for this game?
Well, I guess I can stick to Wehrmacht and follow Fir3ball. That's fine with you.
That's good with me. I'll stick with then Bjarkey. I'll follow Bjarkey in the south with his Americans and see what he can do on the south side of Argenton Crossroads. And if our cameraman NTD is ready, I'm paused at 5 seconds. Sungea, are you ready at 5 seconds?
I am.
Okay, well then I will do a countdown here, and we will get this game started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. And the clock is ticking at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And as these two gentlemen here, I think they're both gentlemen, get started on their second round on Argenton Crossroads. Sungea, tell us a little bit about yourself. As a guest caster here on Sunday Night Fights, we know that you are the winner of the Women of Company of Handos that we played on Sunday Night Fights a few months ago that we had such a great time with. You're in Paris, France, correct?
Yeah, I live in Paris. It's a beautiful sea, and I don't know, it's awesome to live in France and to eat baguette and croissant and go with the beret on the head in the morning and eat stinky cheese and frogs and snails, of course.
That sounds amazing. And how long have you been playing Company of Heroes?
I'd say for 4 years now. I've been starting with opposing France and playing PvE a lot, and then I switched to playing 1v1 in the ladder, and that's how I started getting decent, because yeah, playing 1v1 is really good to get better, I think. And now I've played everything except Brits.
Well, certainly of course, well, yeah, nobody likes the Brits, but we accept them here on Sunday Night Fights. All children are equal here in our eyes. But certainly playing 1v1 auto match is the way to improve your skills the best. And one of the things that we've talked about extensively here on Sunday Night Fights is how players visualize their army in terms of what they want to put onto the field and what they want to see as their strategy. It's clear that Bjarkey in the last game, just like Alliage, has a vision for what their army should be, and you can see that as high-level pro play. And let me pause myself here while we talk about it. We have our first engagement here. We have Volksgrenadiers going up against Engineers, which quickly have to retreat off the field. And backing up Bjarkey, his rifleman got there just a little bit too late to assist his engineers, but now it looks like we're going to get sort of a long-range engagement here as these rifles chase these Volksgrenadiers under strength across the right side of the field. But here you can see Fir3ball
one guy died.
Yeah, we got a guy down, but you know what? There's an MG42 that's ready. It looks like these rifles, they tried to get a little bit of action, but they just weren't able to get in there in time.
So it seems that Fir3ball is going instead for the south's map and the other fuel. He's planning on leaving the graveyard to the US player. And he's going down there, trying to get the fuel, which is already capped.
Yeah, it looks like we're seeing a shift here. It's a little bit less of the 50-50 east-west that we had, or I should say the dividing line east-west. Instead, perhaps we'll see a dividing line along the north-south axis this time. It's great to see the evolution of this map played by our high-level players here on Sunday Night Fights. You know, when we first debuted Argentine Crossroads, almost all of the conflicts were always in the graveyard. There was never anything on the right-hand side, and now we're seeing a lot more competition over by this lumberyard area, which has a different sort of feel to it in terms of where the cover is. But it's great. It just goes to show how great of a map White Flash made in that there could be fighting at all points all over the map.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
You were about to say something up here? There was I saw some combat, some riflemen now engaging over here in the north.
Dangerous for the ball. And then there is those fires in the north, and they're all alone, and the rifle are coming. Or maybe not. No, they're not. It's just a bioengineer fight. Ooh, exciting.
Yes. That was close. There was a little knife fight.
That
you never
was
know
really
who's going to win those.
Yeah,
we got the same
that's
kind
the
of
amazing
engagement
thing.
here in the... Yeah, it's true. In the south, looks like MG42 is locked down that lumberyard area, and now both of these men seem content to have a north-south axis sort of engagement here where the Americans have taken the left and the Germans have taken the right. Here, no, we're finally going to see a real engagement as two groups of Volksgrenadiers engage this understrength rifle company here just behind the chapel. Now, this it's good that Bjarkey upgraded his flamers. That's going to assist a little bit, but those rifles cannot hold out against that much German infantry at this time, and I think that maybe both men are reluctant to engage at this point. Volks are kind of, you know, Alliage's Volks are kind of just skirting around the side there, and now they're in the open, which is going to take more. Yeah, they're in the wrong color. Oh my gosh, but look at the focus fire on the flame engineers. Woo! Yeah, there was damage on both sides there.
That was close.
Okay,
It's
so
pretty
rifles
weird
have to
because,
retreat off the field.
Yeah, Fir3ball is just going for 3 Volks, 2 MGs, and he's going on both front, like north and south. He's really expanding. He's having a very aggressive Vermont play right now.
Yeah, and you know what? Look at what's going on here in the south. This MG42 is in a great position to block almost anything that comes out of the American base here. And these engineers are going to try and flank around, but they're not flame engineers, so they're not going to really do enough damage to that MG42 to make any sort of a difference. They're going to garrison into this farmhouse here, but I think that at this point, you know, Alliage can just move his troops out of the way. It's not going to be that big of a deal. He has capped a Why did he retreat that MG42? That was kind of strange. Maybe he was thinking that this engineer squad was going to upgrade to flames, which would have made it exponentially more deadly. But it didn't end up that way, and perhaps it looks like Bjarkey was able to pull off a nice little fake there. Bjarkey needs to get some map control back, because right now the entire map is falling to German forces all the way around. That's not good, because there's got to be a tremendous fuel income for Alliage right now, being that he controls all the fuel on the map. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have 42, and he just got a 4 Volks, so it's really long. T1 with a lot of infantry. He's being super conservative with his Volks. He's not fighting any fight that he's not sure to actually win. He just retreats.
We have our 4th rifle squad out of Bjarkey's base and a triage center, but really there isn't a whole lot of fuel income. It's only a +10 fuel income, so he's in trouble. On the right side, we're seeing combat now. You know, this is a lopsided engagement in favor of the Germans. These engineers are being focus fired and sent back, and now here comes flamers. Yeah, there was a mine in the middle that took down some rifles. They're under strength now as well. MG42 in great position to stop this American advance. They have to retreat. A secondary American squad is going to come up, but it's too late to do any flanking damage, and the German forces there are way too strong. So it looks like this rifle squad also might get caught in sort of a pincer action here if Alliage wants to close the claw there on this rifle squad. And boy, I don't know why these rifles are charging here. They are not in a good position to win any sort of engagement. And yeah, that's just lost manpower there for Bjarkey. That was not a good choice.
Yeah, no. Could have been more deadly even. Okay, so we're seeing someone be something.
Bjarkey's doing his first major tech of the game. He's purchased bars.
Flanking in the north.
Oh yeah, we're seeing some flanking in the north. There's Volksgrenadiers there to back up this MG42, but now the rifles are in green cover, and they're really going to try and hit that MG42 down, and bars have popped right at the right time.
The bars!
I think this MG42 might be in danger. Might be able to kill him on retreat.
It's going to follow it.
Now.
It's going to follow it.
Yep, got it. Oh, no. Down it goes.
Oh, awesome.
Yep, down it goes. Got him. All right, that's exactly what Bjarkey needed. He's concentrated all of his forces now in the graveyard. He needs to turn this around. He's got a very small window of opportunity here where these bars are going to allow him to be the dominant infantry force on the field. So he's got to move fast, he's got to move hard, and take out all of the German positions he can. And I think that Fir3ball recognizes this. Look, he has garrisoned multiple houses. That's pretty much the best way to fend off bars right now. If you can't get into green cover, get into a house, because there's not going to be any snipers on the field, and really he can keep these positions if he stays inside of these houses. So let's see how this shapes up. It looks like Bjarkey's going to want to take the most of the territory in the north around that graveyard. He's going to try and hold on to what he's got in the south here. Did Aliaj just use a worker unit? He just lost the Pie Squad.
Yeah, he lost the Fire Squad, and he's going for T4. Ooh, my God.
Wow, tier 1,
right
tier 4. Well, he certainly has the fuel for it. He's banked a lot of fuel and not spent any of it, as I can see, on any sort of upgrades. So this is going to be a rude awakening for American forces when German armor hits the field here.
Yeah. He just gotta keep up right now for a little bit longer. But
okay,
he
so
really
now we're
got
seeing
so much territory.
Yes, I agree. And Bjarkey, it looks like he recognizes, oh, there goes a mine. The engineers cleared it with their face. And here we're seeing this engagement where bars are trying to engage Volksgrenadiers in a heavy stone house. And this is the opportunity that Bjarkey has. He's got to do as much manpower damage right now before any other German forces reach the field, because you know the next unit is going to be like an Ostwind or a Panzer IV or something like that, and it's just not. He doesn't have a supply yard up. He doesn't have a motor pool up.
Oh, he doesn't? Fir3ball is getting a sniper right now. Oh, he's gonna lose that Volk squad. Oh, he did. That's really good for Bjarkey.
I didn't see where the Volk squad went down. I was looking at his base, but now we're seeing these riflemen trying to cap under fire, under the fire of an MG42 and multiple Volks incoming. They've got to get out of there. That was just lost manpower again. I don't think that Bjarkey can bleed this kind of manpower and win this game right now. It's going to be terribly damaging for him to have only rifles on the field with no anti-tank capability. And this sniper is not going to help either that Aliaj has just pulled out. That's going to start doing some terrible manpower damage as well.
There was a really good choice from Fir3ball to go sniper right now, because he lost an MG, he lost Volks. He wouldn't have been able to keep up against those bars and flamers so long with only one MG.
MG crew on me.
We're seeing a supply yard go up now in Bjarkey's base, but he only has 18 fuel in the bank and a plus 26 income, so it's going to be a little while before we see any motor pool action. He hasn't chosen a doctrine yet, so I guess he still could go with, like, say, maybe Rangers or perhaps Airborne or something if he really needed to drop AT guns in a pinch. But manpower, again, is a problem for him. And his territory is starting to fall again in the north, right around the graveyard. Aliaj has taken that important fuel, and he really can't afford, Bjarkey cannot afford to lose any fuel right now. He's moving into the fields of the south.
He was trying to flank the house, but he was trying to flank the house with the flamers, and Fir3ball moved his MG, so the flank is kind of going down, because the flamers are going to have to retreat.
And
There's really
the
good
sniper doing
MG.
work.
And Ostwind on the way.
Okay, that's what we thought was going to happen. American forces look like their flank on the western side by the graveyard is collapsing, but they are doing some good work here on the south by the lumber yard, taking some territory. They need fuel. We're going to need fuel and manpower to conserve against whatever comes out against this Ostwind. Oh boy, what is that? Ostwind going to be out in about 10, 20 seconds?
Yeah, this is so close. And Fir3ball has just so many fuel. This is not right. Too many fuels. I don't know what he's going to do with it.
All he needs to do right now is harass, keep the Americans busy, give a little bit of manpower bleed, which is what he's doing right here by this
Oh my
fuel
god,
point.
the flamers, this is gonna be hard.
Oh, MP44s! Or MP40s, I should say. Ooh, popped
Oh,
just
yeah.
a little bit too late to make any
No.
damage.
Too late, yeah.
That could have been exciting, though. Sometimes you can do that. You know, MP40s, they only take a 5-second
Surprise!
upgrade. Oh, look, it's Mr. Ostwind.
We're losing territory.
Oh, je t'adore, Mr. Ostwind. Monsieur Ostwind.
Oh, you're
And
good in French.
a little bit. I took it in high school. These rifles clearly do not have stickies. They wouldn't have a whole lot of munitions anyway to spend on stickies. He only has about 70, 80 in the bank. So now the Ostwind is the dominant force in the field, and if Fir3ball wants to be a real pain in the butt, he could chase him right into the American base. Although he probably doesn't want to be that reckless with his Tier 4 unit,
Yeah.
because that would be a real big upset if he lost it right now. So here we go to engage these
Is he
rifles
gonna cap with a
that are
sniper?
under fire.
He is gonna cap with a sniper.
Yeah.
This is so ballsy. Even a bit rude.
It is. He knows. He knows there's no American sniper on the field, no Jeep, no nothing that can stop him. And he also knows that Bjarkey is going to be focusing 100% on trying to take out that Ostwind. I think that a sniper is now no longer his primary concern. So you know American forces are going to be coming back with AT weapons. A motor pool has just gone up, and that AT gun now is being built, although it's such a long build time. Isn't it 60 seconds or something ridiculous like that? It's so long. It's one of the been the primary complaint of American players ever since Company of Heroes, Company of Handos came out, was how long it takes to build an AT. and now you see, you know, rifles retreating off the field. They know they can't go up against.
They can't do anything.
They can't. They're really stuck at this point. And he went with
What is
Armor
Bjarkey
Company.
doing?
Bjarkey went with Armor Company, which
Armor?
is an interesting choice. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Which side?
Allied War Machine. So that will lead him down the path of a Pershing. Is that right? No, that will lead him down the path of a Calliope.
No, Calliope.
Yeah, Calliope. I had mixed them up. Bjarkey, I'm seeing a little bit of problem here with his micro. He's running Volks directly into the MG42. He's kind of getting flustered here. He's not setting up a good flank, and he's sending units out into the field to not really do anything, and he's wasting that very precious fourth resource in Company of Heroes, which is time. You have manpower, munitions, fuel, and time is not in his favor right now. He can't afford to waste it by having his troops be stuck with retreat bubbles over their head. Oh wow, this sniper is about to... Oh, the sniper got burned to death by double flamers! Oh, wow, that was brutal.
End
that
of
was
it,
really
one.
brutal. Wow. Alright, so now we got this Austrian taking vengeance on American forces for the death of their sharpshooter. You know, Austrians are exponentially more accurate. They're exponentially more accurate when they
he went
still.
for a Benter.
For a witch?
For a witch? Who's a witch?
I'm sorry. Oh, a panther. I'm sorry. I said I didn't quite understand what you said, and I said he went for witch, and you said panther. Right. So we have a panther on the field, which is strange. Yes, I agree. It is an odd choice, being that it does not have the strong anti-infantry capabilities that you would expect Alliage would be hoping for at this point. But you know, maybe he's expecting.
Not sure why. Maybe he just thought I can do it, so I'm gonna do it.
Right. Or maybe an off-map combat group. He was afraid that he might see M10s all of a sudden. You never know. M8 on the field. That's sort of a strange choice also, being that there's so much German armor. Not sure why an M8 would be a better choice at this point, except to lay mines. Perhaps those big M8 mines.
Maybe to push the tank, or to just
or
like
to
harass on the front. Yeah, that's just good to harass fronts where there is no tank, but the tank are here, so we just gotta go out of there.
Yeah, and here these this M8 has got to run at top speed if it can. You can see the Ostwind does do damage to the M8, but not as much as say this Panther shot, which is just about ready to destroy this guy. Oh, looks like the M8 is able to escape.
Oh, he's going for a phase rush, and he got a Panzer on the field too. One of each.
Wow, 3 pieces of German armor. Yeah, that Panzer IV over there is going to basically lock down the right side. The left side, well, this is basically a base pin at this point. That AT gun is the only thing saving.
He's in a bad position.
Right. This is trouble.
Think you can handle it?
We are losing territory.
Pretty sure Bjarkey really didn't see that coming.
Yeah, at this point, when you have 3 pieces of German armor on the field, and all you're working with is 1 to 2 AT guns, you're in big trouble. On the right now, we're going to see some engagements here. This AT gun is in range of that Panzer IV, but wow, that AT gun shot fired so wide. It was like 2 tank lengths away over there. That was kind of strange. Usually AT guns don't miss by that much of a margin.
Well, he's really out of range. So when it's really far like that, they really tend to miss.
Okay, so right now at this point, I would say Alliage, all he has to do is wait. Alliage is in a position where he can hold territory and force the American to come to him, which the American is going to have a lot of trouble doing with just AT guns. Oh my gosh, look at that. That was a great Faust right on the M8.
Flamer.
Did some significant damage. Did you see a flamer went down somewhere?
Yeah, in the middle. The Volks with an MP in the house. And the flamers went down.
Oh, I see.
And Fir3ball is now building something. Getting that for his tank. Well, he knows that not much can take him down now.
We have a 3rd AT gun now coming out of Bjarkey's base, which is going to help, I guess, a little bit at this point. He finally has a significant AT presence on the field, enough to combat with these. Oh, look, a mine was dropped by that M8 right in front of that. Oh man, you know what? The MG42 had fled, and 1 guy stepped on that M8 mine. Probably not a good a return on an investment. 50 munitions for the death of 1 MG42 gunner. Probably not worth it.
Snipe's still here, and he almost died to the M8.
Oh, Bjarkey just gave a GG. There it is. He just called it a GG, which then ends this little series between the up-and-comer Bjarkey and Fir3ball. Well played by both guys.
I'm really confused about why he went Armor Doctrine.
Yeah, he got nothing out of it. He did not use it at all. Not a single power at all.
Yeah, maybe he thought it could hang till the Calliope, but even though the Calliope couldn't have saved him from so many tank, or maybe it would have. Not sure why he didn't.
Yeah. But you know what, Sungea, we did see what looks like a very good player. We've seen a diamond in the rough here. Bjarkey perhaps is going to be a contender. He has 1 more qualifying tournament that he could show up in about 2 weeks. So perhaps we will see this gentleman again. But until that time, you know, if Fir3ball has taken this best-of-3 series.
Yeah, that was really well played.
All right, so NTD, roll that Axis Wins video if you will, and we will be right back after this.